Hello friends, welcome. In this video, with respect to the ship trials, I will discuss what is a pull-out test and a spiral test, how they are carried out, and why they are carried out. So let's get started. Normally, a pull-out test is carried out when the ship has completed its turning circle test maneuver. This test basically gives the ship's dynamic stability. And how this test is carried out? Once the ship has completed its turning circle, the rudder is brought to the midship position. The rate of turn, as expected, will start reducing, and ideally it should drop down to zero. And if it does, that ship is considered directionally stable. However, if the ship is directionally unstable, there will be a rate of turn which will be residual, which will not change, and the ship will continue to turn at that residual rate of turn in one direction. So here's a diagrammatic representation of the pull-out test. On the top, you can see a directionally unstable ship. There was a rate of turn initially either to port or starboard. Then the rudder has been brought to midship position. You can see the rate of turn is reducing. However, in the top case, the directionally unstable ship, there is a residual rate of turn which is not constant either in port or starboard. It depends. In the stable ship, it comes out to one single point, and thus that is a directionally stable ship. And to remember this particular test, here is the trick. Initially, rudder is being used to alter the course of the ship to maintain a rate of turn. And then this rudder is being pulled out. Basically, it's not being used. And what is the position when it will not be used? It's the midship position. And thus the stimulus has been pulled out. So it is a pull-out test. Now that you understand that a ship can be directionally unstable or stable depending on various factors, let me tell you about the spiral maneuver test. And this test is particularly carried out for the directionally unstable ships. Because once I know that my ship is directionally unstable, I want to know more about it. What I basically want to know is the relationship between the rudder angle and my ship's yaw or the rate of turn. This is the procedure for the direct spiral maneuver. The ship is brought to a steady course and speed according to the specific initial conditions. Then the recording of the data starts. The rudder is turned about 15 degrees and held until the yaw rate remains constant for approximately 1 minute. And the rudder angle is then decreased in approximately 5 degrees increments. At each increment, the rudder is held fixed until the steady yaw rate is obtained, measured and then decreased again. This is repeated for different rudder angles, starting from large angles to both port and starboard. When a sufficient number of points is defined, data recording stops. What they're basically doing is they are bringing a rudder at different angles, and then they're calculating what is the steady rate of turn at this particular rudder angle, and then recording the same. One very interesting phenomenon that happens during this direct spiral test is that in a dynamically unstable ship, it will appear that the ship is still turning steadily in the original direction, although the rudder is slightly deflected on the opposite side. But then, at a certain stage, the yaw rate abruptly changes to the other side, and the yaw rate versus the rudder angle relationship will now be defined by a separate curve, as you can see in this diagram. And this abrupt change in the yaw of the ship is the instability loop or the unstable branch of the yaw rate versus the rudder angle relationship. And this is specifically what we are interested in when we are checking the reverse spiral maneuver. And finally, the third type of spiral maneuver is called the simplified spiral maneuver. And this is called simplified because we just have to take readings at three different points. One is a rudder angle, which is the maximum limit on one side. Then second point is the midship. And if the ship stabilizes and there is no rate of turn at midship, then the test is completed because the ship is directionally stable and thus spiral test is not really required. But if there is a residual rate of turn, I will note down the reading and then the third point will be calculated. This reading is also called the allowable loop width, and it is 0 degrees for vessels whose L by V is less than 9 seconds, and it is 12 degrees for vessels whose L by V is more than 45 seconds. L stands for length of the ship and V stands for the speed of the ship. Thus, the unit is in seconds. If the L by V is between 9 to 45 seconds, then there is another formula to calculate the allowable loop width. Then we find out the third point, which is half of this allowable loop width in the direction opposite of the first point that we had taken. So if you started your test on the port, you will do this test on the starboard. And if after putting the rudder half of this allowable width, you find out that ship continues to turn in the direction opposite to that of the rudder angle, then it simply means that the ship is unstable beyond the acceptable limits. So I conclude, pull out maneuver to find out if the ship is directionally unstable or stable. Then to further check a directionally unstable ship, we have spiral maneuvers, which basically tells us the relationship between the rudder angle and the rate of turn. And there are three kinds of spiral maneuvers. There is direct spiral maneuver, reverse spiral maneuver, and simplified spiral maneuver. I hope this was a useful video for you. If you have any feedback, suggestion, or comment, then please do write down below. All the best for your exams, and as always, thank you for watching.